action.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Captain Foley here.
Come on,
And I
Kirsty.
think there's somebody. Oh yeah, somebody else there. She's headed too fast though. Say it slower.
Well, you said it fast, so I was going off
But I didn't go
your.
that
And
fast.
then Val. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're both here, Team Trekyards. Yay!
And we were going to talk about the wonderful fact there's something to talk about. And then literally 12 minutes ago I saw this posted, and I just sat down, so I saw it about 2 minutes ago. But we have our very first still that was sort of released. I mean, it was released to people at CBS in a press conference to CBS people, and someone tweeted it, and now it's out. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. It is a clip, and I know it's in the clip. But hi, Stuart, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm a bit tired. What do you think of the two images here? You've got actual old Patrick Stewart and predicted old Patrick Stewart.
As always, the predicteds never look like they're supposed to. I mean, all he has to do is grow facial hair, and he'd be fine. I don't know why they grew his hair out. That just looks stupid. But yeah, the actual suspected or predicted old age look never looks quite right. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out with Chris Evans.
Yeah. I was trying to think, but it's funny because mostly, normally old age just changes how thin you get, how big your bones look, structurally, how deep your wrinkles are, but you can't extra wrinkle your skin like that's unless you're a full face mask. And so what they did, obviously, other Picards just grayer hair, and I guess didn't let him sleep for a few hours, so he's got bigger wrinkles. But obviously in that future, I mean, that's how young he would look.
Yeah, and he looks exactly like Picard that we last saw. So I mean, it's good. I mean, you can see some one Starfleet uniform there behind him. You can see the style that they're still rocking 20 years later, apparently, which is good.
Yeah, there's a whole load of things to talk about of the potentials, because there's all those rumors and stuff that are interesting, and we don't just talk about rumor unless we know, or unless we get internal confirmations. So we don't like sort of talking about, because people can make anything up, can't they? So this is an actual factual image.
Especially in today's day and age, there's so many fake things out there.
Yes. But yeah, why don't you vamp and talk about super chats while I then share this around.
All right. So guys, we are here to talk initially about the Picard, or Patrick Stewart, kind of announcing that the new Picard series is going to be on Amazon Prime in the rest of the world, except for the US and Canada. Actually, in Canada, it's going to be on Bell Media, which is the Space Network again, as well as Crave TV, which is it's like Netflix, but a Canadian version as well. So we'll have it two ways available in Canada, and the rest of the world gets it on Amazon Prime, and the US just gets it on CBS All Access, I assume. So that's the initial news that we're going to be talking about. And then, as Samuel said, we just got this kind of leaked image. It's literally like 12 minutes before we started this live, which we'll also talk about. Now, keep in mind, guys, I have an appointment that I have to be at 7 o'clock. So this is probably I'll be here for an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the absolute most. But if it's going really well, Samuel will go solo for the end, or we'll just wrap it up quick, depending.
Yeah, if you guys are super chatting, we have enough viewers, obviously that's worth it to the channel. But if there's few of you and no income, then I've got other work to do. So an hour and a half is still pretty good, or an hour and 10, or whatnot. Still pretty good.
Yeah. So I'll try to stick around as long as possible, but I do have somewhere to be at 7, so I will be cutting out. But Polish Gamer puts in £5. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. Annoyed by no Netflix, but makes sense for cash from CBS perspective. I assume Amazon are willing to pay more. Yeah, there was probably a bidding war that happened, and Amazon just happened to win. That's how I understand it.
And I would have, based on how the show's done, I would have assumed that Netflix just said, yeah, we're just not going to pay as much as we would the first 2 seasons. Like, you can either take this deal or go somewhere else. Like, we want it, here's a deal. And they're like, oh, no. So they shopped around, I think. Because, I mean, it's a big thing to say. Whatever, I mean, if it was on Hulu, it'd get a big surge to Hulu. Whatever network, it will get That's the thing about Netflix. It was always a weird thing because most people have Netflix, so it was never going to drive subscriptions because most people have Netflix. Whereas something like Hulu, it might drive Hulu, or Amazon Prime, like it might drive people to do that. Netflix was just like well, everyone has that, cool, everyone gets it for free. I know like 50 people have Netflix personally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most common in Europe, so it's really just like everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we've had Netflix since pretty much the beginning. Still have it, and also have Amazon Prime because I get a lot of stuff shipped from Amazon, so you get the free shipping, and you just get Amazon Prime included, which is awesome because there's a lot of great stuff on Amazon Prime, including the Grand Tour and stuff that I really enjoy. So, either way, it would have been fine. It's just that it's not going to be available on Amazon Prime in Canada, which I don't really necessarily believe. I don't know how that works exactly, but anyway, as I said, you can get it on Crave TV in Canada if you're subscribed to Crave, or just on Space, same as with Discovery. It'll just be aired on the network television. So, Fleet Paw Swiftback puts in $1.99 and says, "Sorry, I'm late. Door knockers wasting my time." That's okay. Just answer the door naked with a knife in your hand. That they won't come back. That's how that works. And Hackle puts in $2 and says, "I think the uniform has a Discovery style collar?" ? It does look like a higher collar. I wouldn't say it's Discovery. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I would just hope it's not asymmetrical. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that these uniforms are so easy to do right. There's no excuse to do them wrong. But the fact that they look like right, we see two colors. We see red at the back. We see orange. They're a little bit brighter than I think. We've got a screen used Voyager, and it's brighter than you remember because that's just the way they filmed and color graded. So that looks. Yeah. That's about. It's just more punched up settings. But just the fact that we're seeing the correct vague style, although they obviously moved past those. But I mean, they were more militaristic. So maybe 20 years on, we're now in a non-militaristic era. They had let's go back to the best time of exploration, the classic colors, because going from. I mean, it was weird to go from big, bright chest of color to less big shoulder of color to collar.
Yeah,
it's like really diminishing color value, and color value makes you feel nice and happy, and
yeah. Well, it could be too that time travel is just like stepping into a transporter these days. So somebody called him back to the past, where he beams over to the past and what's up?
I don't think they're gonna knock on that door.
But
yeah.
Polish Gamer puts in £5. I think this might get more than Discovery because even my non-Trekkie friends know Picard, and Sir Patrick is the respected actor. Yeah, it'll be. I think people will just tune in for curiosity's sake, like what's going on after 20 years after TNG. Even if you're not really a huge Star Trek fan, but you watch some TNG because your parents did or whatever growing up, you'll be like, what's going on with this? It looks interesting.
Well,
so
if you polled the general audience, you'd have less than 50% that wanted a prequel, and like 90% that want a sequel.
Yeah.
So this is the sequel we've asked for over a decade now. So I think every Trek fan will check it out, and obviously we've got the we're used to Discovery breaking all rules and looking bad from a canon perspective. Stockholm, yeah. So it can now be not adhering to canon properly. Obviously, it's future canon, but like it can now look further and won't necessarily bat an eye as much, which is a shame. But hopefully it'll try. But at least the colours, although I can see them doing a middle finger to the fans. There's like a first 2 episodes for pilot team 2-parter, canon colours, and then new uniforms of the new era. It's like, oh, what a crap uniforms. Kind of like look, we did it, and then we said our thing. I could see that being a thing, because it kind of is a win-win, although it's like okay.
Yeah, well, going back to what Hackle said, I mean, it could be that it's very Discovery-styled collar, which, again, would bum out a lot of fans seeing that initially, because they don't want this to have that Discovery or Kelvin-verse feel to it.
Yeah.
And from what you see there, I mean, it looks like more I mean, it's hard to speculate really from this image, but that's what we do.
But it tells us something key. It's not like random colors. It's not the Nemesis. It is. I mean, a collar could look quite crisp, but you're right. It needs to be just a plain collar, no with anything down the middle. No, I mean that was an awful decision to make it off center, and just whoever had that should be slightly fired. Slightly fired.
Slightly fired, yes.
So
Uh,
did it explain the context of the scene, if you'd like to know?
Sure, just let me adjust the super chat first.
Yes.
Jeff Jacobs puts in $3 and says 50 likes already. I will go again at 100. Make me pay. We have 222 people here, so that should be no issue getting to 100 likes. Everybody, just hit the like button. Just take the time right now and hit that like button and hashtag like spike. I love that I came up with that. That's really good. It's gonna go viral now. But yeah, everybody hit like, and if you want to super chat, please feel free. We're here.
And Daniel's Hot Topic says, what happened to DS9 uniforms from DS9 Season 7 or the TNG movies? Why uniforms back to TNG? Well, they're not the same uniforms, and this is the future. So it's something else. It's the future version, which will have some of the similarities, but not be identical. So wait and see.
We know how often Starfleet changes their uniforms. So, I mean, this is 20 years later, so things go in cycles.
Yep.
So, like all fashion. Who knows? There could be another stripe of color down the front or something that's new and unique to these that we just can't see here. So,
like, for example, the inner collar could be like the grey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm fine with that. But the context of the scene is that, and again, the scene isn't released online. This is a CBS meeting, a public meeting, but like for those in the room. And it was a very short scene. They also released a logo for the Picard show, but it's a dumb. No, it hasn't been released, but it's called Star Trek Picard. And if they call it Star Trek Picard, that'd be awful. It's the worst thing they could possibly do. It's like, we have one gimmick, F everything else. You know, Voyager, Defiant, Picard. What? No, it should be Star Trek Adventures or Star Trek whatever. But I think that's still a working title because I haven't finished the full title. But obviously, it's just something to talk about, isn't it? But the context of the scene, sorry, if you're still there, was that he was walking somewhere, and he talks to a Starfleet officer who doesn't recognize him. And that's all they said. But that in itself is an interesting thing.
Absolutely. Someone that doesn't recognize the amazing Jean-Luc Picard. It's probably some young buck just out of the academy, who, well, no, I guess they would have studied some of the.
Well, it could be a first year. I mean, there's
somebody going into the academy.
There's a lot of famous captains. To be fair, it could be second or third semester. You know, Terror of the Borg, third semester. We'll get there.
The Janeway 101.
Yeah. Terror for the Borg, Janeway 101.
Yeah. Joseph Petrick puts in $2 and says, just joined. Is this an actual pick from the series? Yes, it is. First official leaked pick. Yeah. It just happened literally like 12 minutes before we started the live, so that's amazing. Michael Parker puts in $5. What's up, dudes? Do you know if any streaming service will be offering What We Left Behind on a pay-per-view basis? I don't know that, actually. There's probably word out there. Somebody sent me an article earlier on Twitter from Ira Stephen Bear talking about the release of it, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so I don't know.
I know it's physical media because I got a Blu-ray too. Well, I don't need to get a Blu-ray, so it's going to be released and you can buy all that stuff. I believe he wants it to be on a streaming service, but I don't know if they've got the one booked out yet or who's bought it, because obviously it's it's a very niche thing, but it's a feature-length one. It's a specialist niche, but it's still a very niche thing.
A lot of documentaries are niche things, and there's documentaries on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and
but this is now an officially licensed CBS production, so it's multiple.
What is it?
Well, I mean, they had to license it to do all the stuff. I mean, documentary is fine, but to use the clips, get the HDs, to do all the. I mean, when it overfunded by like 800%, it had to be licensed, obviously, to use any footage. So yeah, it's so I can imagine it might even be on Amazon.
Yeah. Jeff Jacobs puts in $5 and says, that was pretty amazing. We're at 100 likes already. I will go again at 150. Hashtag like spike. And I am very excited to see this and find this image encouraging. As do I. But yeah, it's not a lot to go on. We need to wait till there's more revealed. Once there is, of course, we'll do lives on it, talking about what we see. But we're only going to do official things, not really rumors and stuff. So just want you guys to be aware of that. So if there's anything new that you see pop up in your news feed or whatever, just tune into Trekyards, because chances are we'll be talking about it that day or very soon after.
When the teaser comes out, we'll drop everything. Even though it's like both of our birthdays, which would be incredible if it was both of our birthdays at the same time. But well,
mine's May 28th and yours is when?
June 7th. So
there you go.
Getting close to each. Well,
Yeah.
that's already announced at FedCon. If anyone goes to FedCon, I'm a guest at FedCon because it was announced. Like, it's on their website, so it's been announced. But yes, I'm at FedCon. Come.
And I'll be at Wonderfest
Yeah.
May 30th to June 3rd. But anyway.
Yeah, this is a weird old show because it was a week late in shooting. Obviously, there's lots of rumors around it. We don't know anything yet, and I think they're keeping it quiet on purpose. The swap to different streaming services is really interesting, given that Netflix has 2 years, and Netflix is bigger. I mean, it's funny. Netflix is bigger than Amazon in terms of streaming, but this is back to that topic a little bit. When people said Amazon, I heard so many people being negative, but I thought to myself, who doesn't have Amazon Prime?
A lot of people don't really. It is expensive. It is expensive.
But you get more than you pay for it. I mean, its value is much more. So it's like everyone that just happens to have Netflix for the sake of Amazon Prime. Like, I would assume more people have Amazon anyway than Netflix because shipping. I mean, it changes the entire game for Prime, whatevering. So I was like, I mean, sure, it's better. You don't need to buy an extra service. You just have it included with your Amazon. I was surprised by people's negative reaction, and obviously some people complained, oh, in the US. It won't be on Amazon, but it's like it wasn't on Netflix either. I mean, you aren't being changed. You're the exact same. But of course, they're going to have it on CBS All Access. They need to get people to All Access. Obviously, Amazon's fine. I mean, I hope it has a better streaming quality. That's really the only thing I care about. But it's nice. So now I've had Amazon for 10 years. I think it was the very first monthly thing I ever paid for. When it was like £58, even when I was a student, because the value is just, if you buy more than 10 things in a year, that's the postage covered.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I did that. I did same day for a memory card for my new phone, and it's free. I mean, come on, that's amazing, and it's guaranteed. Whereas I bought an aircon unit, and it was 2 days late, and it wasn't Prime. It took 5 days, and it was 2 days late. Also free because they couldn't afford to charge, but it's like Amazon guaranteed the day. I mean, how many Amazons have you actually had that haven't come on the day they said?
Very few.
Under 10?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in how many years of Amazon priming? 7, 8, 9?
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, so I had 2. 2 in 10. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. Polish Gamer puts in £2 and says, should be Star Trek The Next Generation. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be silly. It should be Star Trek The Picard Generation. And Polish Gamer again puts in £2 and says, I'll hold off any judgment until a proper trailer. As you should. That's always the best thing to do. Even trailers can be deceptive, though, so I would even say hold off judgment until you actually see an episode or 2 or 3 or a season.
I mean, we saw the heavily rushed Discovery teaser, which didn't represent the final product at all. I mean, it was completely, different team, different design, different art style, made on a shoestring budget. It says it all, really.
And Joseph Patrick puts in €2 and says, Sam's haircut is 25% different. And nice shirt, Captain. Yes, this is my live long and prosper, my ass shirt.
And for other fans, I've got Aperture Science.
Mine's better. Mine's more relative to what we're talking about.
Well, I have subtle geek shirts. It's like you don't need to know, but if you do know, then it's a thing.
If you do know, then you're in the know, and that's awesome.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Every time, we've got to say it every time.
Every time. I was raised in the 80s. It's a thing.
Oh, now this
We were brainwashed.
This still also isn't an anamorphic, which is the cinema widescreen aspect ratio the Discovery moved from season 1 to season 2 into. This is a widescreen shot. So they might not be doing that. I mean, they have said that the Picard show is very different to Discovery, which I think is their best option, is to distance it as far from that show as possible. Not even just because of the problems of Discovery, just carve out the entire audience. If you go for the Discovery lovers, you've now got such a niche audience within a niche audience. It needs to be as general Trek as possible to actually get people back, especially if you can get people back on this show and then prove that you can actually make good Trek, Mr. Kurtzman. People might watch Discovery Season 3. If you can prove you can make a good TV show from the ground up. Yeah. And it shouldn't be rocket science, Stuart. It really shouldn't. I mean, for all its problems, I enjoyed Renegades, which is the future Trek. It's a good pilot, bad episode, because it's a pilot. Yeah. It's a start of a story.
Yeah.
This has a horrendously large budget, so
Well, Globulo says new show, new Lockbot content from Star Trek Online.
yes,
Inevitable Lockbot content. Yeah.
yes, yes.
And John Harrison puts in £5. Hey
Hey,
guys, I am watching Dark Matter on Amazon. Also, I got a PC for my birthday, so you are on a monitor now rather than my laptop, so you are bigger. And in 3D. No, not 3D.
But how do we sound? Do you have new fancy speakers? Do we sound even better?
Well, whenever we get like this, it sounds much, much better.
And John, what season of Dark Matter are you on? Because I've watched all of them except the last, and I think it's a good show. It's a nice show that knows it's got a relatively low budget and uses it so wisely, even if it doesn't necessarily make huge splashes, as it knows its budget well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's disappeared.
For 2 subscriptions, Netflix, Discovery, and Amazon Picard. Yeah, if you're outside of the US or Canada, yes.
Although
That's, I guess, the deal.
Although I wouldn't assume that Discovery Season 3 will be on Netflix, because they would sign a year at a time deal. I mean, you wouldn't commit to 5 years, especially given what they saw from the early stuff. So it'd be a year. I mean, if Netflix isn't paying for any of Picard, I doubt they'd say, yes, we'll pay for... So I wouldn't be surprised if... Because from the American perspective, all that matters is CBS All Access. Like, that's all that matters. And obviously for you, it's the same location as it was last year, or every other year thing. So I can see them migrating Discovery Season 3 to Amazon as well, just for clarity of whatever. Because that'll come out before Discovery. So if the reaction's good...
Yeah.
If they want it, I could see it going to Amazon as well. It would just make sense. Don't know.
Yeah.
And because Netflix should feel snubbed by this, because what would you rather have, a prequel or a Picard show? The fact that Netflix hasn't got it is a big signal to something, because that's the one they'd want most, you know.
Yeah, this would seem to be the one that I personally would want on my network. So, but and Eugene has showed up. Eugene, welcome. Puts in 1,000 rubles and
Thank you,
says,
Eugene.
"Damn, I've just came from a full day long conference, and I'm going back there in the morning.
Jeez.
So I'm here just to say hi. I'll hold off the judgment until the end of the season.
Okay.
LOL, it has Alex Kurtzman. I know it's got the Kurtzman, but there's a shot for that. You can get a vaccine for the Kurtzman.
It's called Turn Off Your Brain. But I think they know they've got to make this show smarter. Just hire smarter, better, different writers. You know, but hi Eugene, good luck with the rest of the conference. Hope it goes absolutely amazingly, and thanks for supporting. Join us tomorrow if you're not too dead. We'll talk about Orville Season 3. Unless there's more Picard stills, then we'll talk about that again, because we like to talk about Picard. Picard is a fun topic, and having met the man, and hearing from him before he was signed on to be Picard again, I have a very specific interview with him, like a very specific bit of footage of him talking about what he would do. I haven't edited it again, but we should release that at some point, obviously, before that's come to reality, because it's like he didn't.
I would.
Yeah, he didn't know he was gonna. That was well before he got off the role.
Yeah.
So what was his perspective just before the money rolled in? I don't remember. I told him about it.
I'd be interested in seeing. Yeah, he did tell me about it. Yes, but I think our fans would definitely love to see that as well. So maybe that's something you should be editing.
Yes. Well, it's all about timing, isn't it? It's all about timing.
It is, and it's good time now.
Shivata style. Yeah, but Fringe was so good, and Kurtzman not all the time. Fringe Season 1 was very good, because JJ was still there and he had a distinct vision, whereas it's well-known Fringe gets worse to the point of nonsensicalness near the end, and that's when they took over, so still got a curse there. He might be fine as like a part of the team when he hasn't got that much control. I mean, because most people can still do a job well, but if they're given creative control and they just have bad ideas. I mean, again, look at The Mummy. Everything about the Tom Cruise Mummy was bad. He was the primary lead of that entire project.
I didn't mind it.
I haven't seen it, but I've just heard everything's bad about it. Well, it's one of those things you should avoid. It's like, do I really have to see that? It's like the last Transformers. Do you really want to see the last Transformers when nothing you've heard is good?
Bumblebee?
No, the last that's the good. I mean, the last of the old Transformers.
I've seen them all because I love Transformers, and I find that anything that people say that I'll hate, I end up loving. So I enjoyed The Mummy quite a bit, actually. The remake. It was not as good as the original or the other remake with the Brendan Fraser one, but it was still entertaining enough to be watched. You can hate me for that if you want. I really don't care. Polish Gamer puts in £5. I hope this means the deal for digital releases are changing overseas. Maybe we'll finally have all the shows and movies in the same place. That'd be nice. There's enough Star Trek that CBS should do a Star Trek network, just exclusively Star Trek stuff.
Well, that's all access. I mean, that's why I think we are the
It's not, though. It's CBS All Access has all the other CBS shit that nobody wants to see.
But that wouldn't matter if we got all the Treks, including animated in the movies.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. But there should be a Star Trek specific network. I would definitely be subscribed to it.
Yeah. Mark at Equinox says, for the sake of canon, the uniforms better be the same as All Good Things / Endgame. See, you say that, but Endgame was an alternate universe that was changed, and All Good Things was an alternate universe that got changed. So in fact, we've never seen the future of the now, because both times it got radically changed. I mean, there was never Enterprise D with a big ass cannon. Troy never died, so yes, doesn't mean the uniforms will ever change, but there's no reason they would be those uniforms, except they really should be. They really should be, at least the first episode, but it doesn't link to canon that it would be, although it makes sense these are the Academy uniforms, easily. I think they imply they're talking to a young person. Again, I think having wear the All Good Things uniform for the first episode and transition to a new one is fine, but it's the thing. Easy references will get them so much fan cred. Can you imagine if the trailer came out and he's wearing his All Good Things uniform, he's on the ship, and it's blaring at warp, looking like warp, just like a hyper real warp, and then by the end of the trailer he's like taking it off and he's got his new badge, and the new badge is like, a new generation has come.
Oh my God.
Beam me up, Scotty.
And at the same time, he decides to shave off his facial hair and stuff and go back to his old look.
Well,
it'd be cool to have him look how he did. Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Just and those could very well be Starfleet uniforms or Starfleet Academy uniforms, because we saw even in TNG the episode of with the Wesley and the fighter, the accident. They had similar style actually. Yep. So I could definitely see that being the case.
I think that was the context of the scene. They were younger people, so it would fit totally fine that they would just keep an older. Or just more, they just didn't. I mean, why would you need to upgrade them to fleet issue? It kind of is good to separate them. I mean, cadets in Wrath of Khan had similar but completely different, like a same color scheme, same vibe, just totally different, and they didn't change.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat actually said that they look very similar to Star Trek Online uniforms, but Star Trek Online's got quite a wide variety as far as.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally every uniform is a Star Trek Online uniform.
I know what they're referring to, though. Like the one you see on all the posters and stuff for when it first came out, kind of like that new look. But
a little bit.
Yeah. John Harrison puts in £10. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you. That really helps.
Watched the Blink Drive episode, season 2. No season 3 yet. My volume is okay. Just have to adjust it every now and then, and can now play Star Trek Online at max graphics, which is so cool. Laptop has minimal settings. Yeah, Star Trek Online with the best settings is the best. It's cool.
Yeah, when they gave the new lighting engine, it really... Because that game is old. Like, legit, the engine is old, and it was not new when it came out. So it's done a very good job to still look decent. And they keep trying to improve it as subtle as they can, because they can't do too much, but they can do some, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't asked you, what did you think when they said, when the news, for what news it is, came out that it was going to be Amazon, not Netflix? What was your gut reaction to that?
I honestly didn't care. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Moving along, and all of a sudden, then everything in my feed, what, why? Just bitch. As I scrolled through my feed, it's
but
like,
none of you
well,
guys are amazing. You never bitch.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be a thing that we need to talk about. But I honestly didn't give a shit. I don't care. Because I live in Canada and we get it all on the Space Channel for free, or we get it on Crave the next day for whatever. So I was just like, all right, that's annoying for everybody else. Sorry, that's how I felt.
Yeah, for me, I just meant, I can now watch it for free, as opposed to my girlfriend's free. As in, I use her Netflix and we use my Amazon. It makes zero difference. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Michael Cahalane puts in $7.99 Australian. Thank you. Found Trekyards a few weeks back while watching Discovery
Oh,
Season
welcome.
2. Really enjoy your videos. Just throwing some support. Great work. Thanks. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
You are now a Trekyardian, as we like to call you guys. You're
Yes.
part of a great community. So go join the Facebook group if you haven't already. All the links to the relative joiny things and looky things are in the description below. So check that out. But welcome to the live. A lot of people miss our lives, and
Yes.
it's my first live. I finally caught one because I'm always working. It's fun to see new people. So thank you and welcome.
Yeah, and just so while we did the Discovery videos, we really enjoyed doing a deep dive and looking. Our main thing is ship videos and designers, and we've got almost a 5-year legacy of interviews with the greatest ship designers in all of Star Trek. So please do search any ship you like and the name Trekyards, and you will find something on Trekyards. So please do have a look and enjoy, because we're very proud of our massive amount of content, and it got better and better, and to the point that even our remasters are just,
Yeah.
ooh.
And speaking of new content, be on the lookout for new lives coming up where we analyze and break down TNG episodes starting from the very beginning, just the same as we did with the Discovery episodes, so you guys can see how fair and balanced we are, because we do point out the good and the bad and everything. And yes, it all has its good and bad, all Star Trek. So we're not showing favoritism towards any series or anything. And if you're a TNG fan, just we're going to be doing at least one a week for a while. Of a different episode starting at the beginning, and so join us for those.
Surprise announcement.
Well,
Yes.
I'm teasing the people that are here. There's 300 of us here.
Amazing.
Them, us.
It's great to see you all back, guys.
Trekyardians.
But yeah, TNG. I just want to jump in on that as well. I'm so excited because TNG is sort of the most core Trek of Trek.
Yes.
Just in the sense that it was around the longest and it's over. Well, you know what I mean. And we're gonna start from episode 1. We're gonna look, if we can, we're gonna look at them all. Same way we did the other lives, with full pictures, full analysis, full scene by scene, full live with you guys. Really, really exciting, because obviously we've watched them randomly over the years, but never through this lens. And we're going to reference it to canon, and obviously it was inventing canon as it went. It wasn't trying to step on canon. They're very clever at that.
Yeah.
But we can see what they did right, wrong, and now obviously TNG's in high definition.
Yes.
Get to watch
We
and
can
see all
point
the
out
little details.
So you can point out all the mistakes where this area looks like wood, because everybody says it's only TNG or TOS, but it's also TNG. There is some canon issues we need to address as well, but we'll have fun examining the series for sure.
But yeah, I'm
Fleet
really
Pass.
excited. So guys, woo!
I am too. It's important to know. Fleet Pass Swiftback was $1.99. Samuel, that's the best way relationships work. Ha! I think we missed. That was quite a while ago. I don't know what he's talking about.
Where I use her Netflix, use my Amazon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a meme on Facebook a little while ago, Robert Downey Jr. doing this, like a sigh of relief, and it's like when you realize that Netflix prices have gone up, but then you realize it's your brother's problem. That's funny because my brother Steve uses my Netflix. So
How many? You can have 7, can't you, if you get a certain level?
7, yeah.
That's a lot of
7.
accounts.
Yeah, it is. I got all the kids, all use it, and my brother, and yeah. So
I literally this morning before I guess it was already announced, but I just got the Amazon app for my new phone, so I can now play Amazon videos. I will play something on my phone right now. I'm that advanced. Oh my goodness.
just turn the volume off so there's no copyright.
Exactly. We don't want that flagged.
Polish Gamer puts in £5. I don't get the vitriol of this to this announcement. At the most, it's a mild inconvenience that they aren't in the same place. Like I said, annoying, not awful. Yeah, that was kind of and plus I already have Amazon Prime and Netflix and stuff anyway. Like I have multiple services. I understand that some people might, that are on a budget, and they only have one for a specific reason. Could be a little bit annoyed by it.
Although the irony being is that if you have to get Amazon for Picard, you now have free postage. Like, if that's the reason you're going to have to get it, you've just now got a massively useful service.
So start shopping on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, and how apt, which is interesting because the thing I managed to get, First Contact movie. There you go, Amazon.
Oh, I thought you were teasing us with it's already on there. They've already uploaded the whole first season of the Picard show.
They filmed it for 5 days. It's already out.
They just didn't tell anybody. It's a secret hidden feature.
Filmed on a phone. Sponsored by Galaxy S10. Filmed on.
Yeah, and the only way to access it is to say engage and then make it so in a whisper.
So, yeah, every advert break of say engage 100 times. Quick side comment though. Atheist for the cause said we'd love to see more Orville content. Stuart, what's the response to that?
Well, there's a live tomorrow talking about the season 3 announcement and what we'd like to see in season 3. But we have done a bunch of lives talking about the Orville reviews. We've done season 1. We did all the reviews. They're all available in our back catalog. You can go check them out. Even our lives are there, where we do our live reviews. And yeah, we love Orville as well here.
But that's the good news. The bad news being is that people don't turn up to watch them and people don't watch the videos as much. So we're not going to do anywhere as much Orville content because you guys don't support it, like anywhere as much. So
well. That being said, when we did bring it back, we had a good turnout and a lot of great super chats and stuff to really support it. So
and then we brought it back, and it failed again. So I mean, yes, we had the great middle, but we had a bad start, bad end. So
bottom line is, we're going to do the reviews. Just they're not going to be all individual. We're going to clump them together, talk about a few episodes in a live, and do it that way.
It's a problem we have to continue to have because season 3, we're going to still have that problem next year or 2020.
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same channel, for a live talking specifically about Orville and season 3 renewal and stuff like that. So, but Paul Sherrod puts in $5 Canadian and says, just saying hi and supporting my favorite Trekkers. Any chance of you two designing a new ship together to feature on the channel? Well, we've each designed our own ship separately, which will be featured on the channel at some point.
Yep, and they are both in some format on the channel slightly already. Yes,
they are. Yeah, we have designed a ship in the past, with the help of one of the designers. But yes, we would love to design one. It was kind of we talked to who we talked to.
Yeah, it's a lot of concept though.
It is, but yeah, we would love to design one jointly that we'll see fleshed out to like full realism at some point.
And I've obviously got a lot better because for fan films, guys, a lot of fan films. I've probably designed 10 to 12 new ships, stations, work bees even. So I'm now like when we were designing, I couldn't visualize things. I wasn't in that zone. Now I'm really in that zone. So I think just to sit down with you in person, because we're doing some trips this year, as you guys might now know. Just sit down with you and say, let's design a ship. I think we should do that just in person. I think that would be great.
We might be seeing each other a few times this year. Spoilers again. But we might have something by the end of the year perhaps, or maybe early next year.
Because I mean, we of all the people that can, we should.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be great to have to get, how in police stations they have the artist that draws the face of a criminal. Yep. That guy. Right, okay, it needs longer nacelles and like just throw out shit. And it's like, is this what you were looking at? Yes, the ship's perfect. That'd be great.
Yes. Joseph Petra puts in €2.
Yeah.
Do the movies. We watch DVD and you do the commentary. Yeah, that's something else we've considered doing. Yeah. You guys sync up your machines. Yeah. We start the movie at the same time and then just do live commentary, which people can watch back after the fact, of course. But yeah, that's something that we will be doing in the future at some point.
I mean, it's sad we can only sort of do them once, but we're really excited to do them.
Oh, guess what? There's just breaking news. I just got news from one of our admins to check my inbox. Star Trek Picard is the official title of the upcoming CBS All Access.
Well,
it was revealed this afternoon at the CBS Upfront presentation for advertisers in New York City. The show's logo was displayed for the very first time.
Yeah, I saw the logo.
Picard. And yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, but it was theorized that it was not the final. It was just cause that's an awful name for a show. Because at that point, you can't kill him. He has to be around for several seasons, or it just be a one-season show. Like, what's the point? It's so one-dimensional. Star Trek Picard. It's
going to be a thing. It's not going to get changed. I have a feeling.
I think it might be a spoiler what the title is. I think that's just because they've got nothing else to show. So what can we show? We'll make a quick thing. No, that for another day. But Dan23 says, if you're going to discuss TNG episodes, are you discussing remastered or original versions?
Well, I'd say remastered, personally.
Yeah. I mean, we want to see the high def clarity.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the thing is, we know a lot of nuggets and facts about these episodes that we've learned over the years that we're going to throw in when it comes to that time. We're talking about the original effect or something,
Yeah.
what they used or how they did it or how it was reused later or whatever. Those little facts are going to be in there, and that's going to be part of the fun of doing it. So
Well, and if you know that the TOS remastered was very much we changed everything visually, VFX. TNG is we just rescanned the original negatives and cleaned it up and like recomposed it. Like it's the same effects, just done now with the original plates. I think there's maybe 7 space shots VFX the entire thing. It's very. I mean that's probably the most faithful remaster of anything yet in terms of like visual effects and just redo it. Like it's very very nicely done, and obviously Mike and Denise and such helped to fix lots of the little production errors as they were going, so it is cleaner than it used to be. For example, they showed like an Enterprise Connie image when they talked about a refit and such. That would have been a canon issue. So we'll give them the credit of having already fixed a few things.
yeah, yes. Oh, well, I missed a few super chats here. Hold on a
Indeed.
second. Sorry, I was looking at the latest news and stuff.
Yes.
Um, Andrew Hendricks puts in $20 Canadian.
Oh,
Thank you very
thank
much,
you.
Andrew. Much appreciated. Hey guys, just came home sick, and
Oh
my
no.
spirits were lifted when I saw you guys streaming talking Trek. Keep up the good work and live long and prosper. Well, feel better, Andrew. Sorry about that. I'm glad we're here to help alleviate some of that.
Keep my head off
Yeah,
it for a
feel
bit.
better. John Harrison puts in £5. Do you think the Picard series will be end of this year or sometime next year? Also, brothers space marines can eat dead organics and gain knowledge. Brothers space marines, huh? I'm confused.
Sounds epic.
As for Picard, I think they're aiming for the end of the year, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to pull a Discovery and get kind of pushed back a little bit to the beginning of next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been promoted as 2019, but I
He
guarantee.
even did it in his voice. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. But the thing is, they've got the short trek concept now. That if they were to do like 2 Picard shorts, which would take a couple of weeks to film, and release them, like one for Christmas, you know what I mean, like 2 at the end of the year, like
Yeah.
prequels, which would be great because you could link to canon more if they give a shit. I mean, if the licensing all works out, that'd be perfect, and then I'd be fine with waiting because you could just film them, take your time to make the show, release 2 shorts and/or a Discovery short. I don't really care about that so much, but 2 Picard shorts would be great.
Yeah.
Would be all you need. 5-minute shorts, one in December, one in January. Picard comes out in March. It's even better to have like 3 lead-up shorts, 4 lead-up shorts.
Yep. Kind of filling in the space in those 20 years, maybe small little
Yeah.
instances in his life.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that they might just. I mean, you can finish anything if you throw money at it, because the VFX time is just how many composite. I mean, filming it can take 3 months, 6 months, a year if you're doing a 22 episode season, but most people don't. I mean, a movie is filmed in 3 months to 4 months, max.
Yeah.
Like an average movie, but then it takes like 8, 12 to 15 months in post because it takes so long to edit and do all the stuff. But if you throw money at it, you can get more VFX artists on it. You can get, it's that sort of thing. If they're film efficient enough, and obviously you can release the first episode has to be finished first. The rest of them can,
Yeah. Yeah. Polish gamer puts in £2. Sorry. I hate that title. I'm already let down. Yeah. Well.
It's not smart. It's smart from a marketing approach, but not smart from a common sense Trek canon respect approach. Well, unless the show is about Picard, like he's the defining point of why.
I think that's what it's going to be, to be fair.
I mean, if it's a single season, but then he's to be called out that it was, they had like 7 years or 3 years of stories.
Yeah.
Oh, and someone I just saw in the Trekyards article, the cadet uniform from TNG that you said, they actually has full collars like it does. They already had full collars, so it's actually
Yeah. That's what I was
just
trying to say. Like the similarities are
right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, respect canon, guys. It's just not rocket science.
It's easy. It's really easy to do if you love the franchise.
Everything's there to use.
Yeah. Jeff
Oh,
Jacobs
okay.
puts in $5. Nice job. 150 likes already.
Yeah.
We'll go again at 200. Make me pay. So 314 people here. Thank you all for joining, first of all. But also, guys, everybody hit like. If you haven't hit like already, please do so. I know you can't hit like twice. A lot of people wish they could, but you can't. So Just like it once, everybody, and we got 325 likes. Then it'd be fine.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I'm gonna like. Oh, I did like. Damn it! I always see. I can't like twice, Stuart. Damn it.
I've liked it, so. Polish gamer puts in £5. He meant Space Marines from 40K can eat flesh and gain memories of the creature they ate. 40K is insane, and I love it. That is insane, and that's a very cool concept as well. That'd be cool for like an enemy of the Federation.
Yes.
Just they eat you all like Giorgio style and pick their teeth with the thing, but they got all your memories. It's like being assimilated by the Borg, but then you get turned into poop. So
yeah, it was like iZombie.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Robert Hayes said, "Wish they would confirm if other familiar faces would show up." See, I don't get that as a point, because if there's 10 episodes, right, and Crusher appears and Troy appears, and they're each a reveal, why would they tell you all 7 appear before the show starts? Then none of them are reveals. Like, what would be that'd be the worst thing to happen? The point of fun cameos and fun references is surprises. Why don't they just spoil the show while they're at it? Like, no, Picard's in it, so anyone else extra is a bonus. It's like, like you want that crying moment when you saw the Enterprise at the end of Discovery. You want the Interstellar Dark moment when you see the Enterprise. You don't want, and of course they're gonna have this. It's like, no, why would you want that? Like, and how often do actors lie? Oh, I'm not Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. I've never heard of Doctor Strange. I've not already filmed the film. It's like, you know what I mean? They have to lie. It's contractual.
Like, I have a suspicion that Will Wheaton will be in it, things like that. But I would love to be surprised by that. It'd be cool if he came back with the Traveler and needed Picard's help or something.
The problem is, Stuart, we would use canon. They don't care. None of them do.
We don't know that. We don't know that yet based on this series. This series is supposed to be different than Discovery as far as I'm concerned. It should be picking up where all the Star Trek fans wanted it to continue. And the Discovery lovers can jump on board if they want, or they can follow the Discovery love. This is more, if they keep it what it's supposed to be, post TNG, and follow that vibe and that soul and that heart of that show, cool. You've just snagged back all the people you lost that didn't like Discovery.
Just much darker, and Picard's not the guy you remember. That's what they said. It's like, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be at all the same show with a darker Picard. So as long as we're in the same tone, same vibe, just a much darker thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, as for guests, I'm sure a lot of them will reprise their roles and show up if it's, if it runs long enough. And I'm sure there's going to be a familiar face in the first 3 episodes for sure.
Although if you recall, there was the whole thing about Michael Dorn being offered a cameo for Discovery to play one of his ancestors or one of the Klingons, and he was offered, obviously you get a certain amount of money for when he was in the movies, and he was offered like less than he got in season 1 of TNG, and he was like, I politely decline. I'm not going to do it for not at all what I'm worth, because obviously you're selling it on him being in it. So each of those actors obviously needs a premiere cost to be in it. But some actors say no because they're just cameos, pretty much. Like, if Troy was in it should be a whole episode about Troy, in the sense of she's the main lead.
But she's already pimped herself out for Voyager and everything else. She showed up in there, Voyager.
And she did great. She was always she was like a major focus. She had a hugely important part. That was a perfect word of cameoing her. She was better in that than some TNG episodes, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
She did very well.
It was Voyager, sorry. I don't know why I said it wasn't Voyager.
So I mean, that's why I said before. I said to you last time is that the best way to the show would be each episode have a actor from previous show in it, but they be important. So we've got a Borg episode. 7 obviously comes in. We've got a holographic rights episode. The Doctor comes in. Like, has to be so important to that context, and they're just the expert in it. Even if he doesn't know them personally, in the sense of he never dealt with the Marquis. Wait, I guess he did, but he doesn't know Chakotay very well. He's like, get me, Admiral Chakotay. It wouldn't be an Admiral, I bet, but Chakotay.
Yeah.
Oh, good to see you in 20 years, Chakotay. 30 years.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing that a lot of people know, because they've probably seen a meme of it, but Will Wheaton is now the same age that Picard was during season 1 of TNG. Yeah. Not Picard, but Patrick Stewart. That's just weird, because it's just weird. Just saying.
Small sidestep there, though. Cara Thrice says, I'm impressed how much they tried to write the canon in last episode of Discovery, insofar as it was possible. Really? You're impressed?
Wow.
It was heavily disappointing and half-assed, to say the least. The fixing canon was don't talk about it, and also and also so you can't talk about the war.
It was a valiant effort, I guess, but didn't hit the mark. I don't think. I think, yeah, they tried to appease people, and they just didn't do the best job.
Well, they wrote themselves into the deepest, darkest hole, and when you've broken
Yeah.
it that far, you can only go up so high, and that's all on them, and it doesn't work, and it's a stupid thing. Like we said, time travel, fix it. Would have been a much better way of doing it.
Yeah. Polish gamer puts in £2 and said, "Would you want to see B4 just being Data?" Yes, I would love to see Data's return. Well, he can't really return, but B4 becoming Data. That would be cool. I would be down for that.
Kara, thanks. Well, kind, but don't let them get away with it. But yes. Hey, we both liked the last episode. We liked it more than most people on the internet in terms of like YouTubers.
Yeah.
So even though it's hugely flawed, we still liked it.
But that, of course, means that we're shills, and we absolutely love everything about it. So.
And what did you just
because
mention?
we kind of liked it.
Oh, Data. And also, we know that Brent Spiner wouldn't return to it without a massive paycheck, in the sense that he doesn't want to return as an older Data. I mean, if you give him $1 million an episode, he will snub that because he doesn't get too much acting work. I mean, it's sad. He was meant to be in Supergirl as the president. I thought it would have been a great president, but he had to decline. He had to bow out of that. I was excited to see him as that, but he got a different role at to be at the same time. But I mean, don't have him as. I mean, have him as. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting if Data, even so much as like they couldn't like B4 couldn't hold Data, so they put Data in the computer, and he wanted to, like, he made a new Data Sung hybrid character out of it, and so they could talk to a Sung version.
Yeah,
because that'd be fun. Like, I'd like to see Sung back. I used to alternate.
I hate to jump in there, but Smash Rocket just put something in the chat. It's a link. It is to a picture from somebody's Snapchat, which has the same uniforms. It also has the same doors. If you look, these are the doors from the outside that you see behind Picard in the picture. So this seems pretty legit. You get a closer look at the uniforms. You got the right colors. You've got somebody in black leather, probably Section 31.
Or just civilian and black leather, but yes.
Yeah, so that's interesting, Cher. Thank you very much for sharing that link. But
I had seen it, but it's now confirmed.
I had seen it too.
I mean, I'm looking right now. I don't want to show it because that's a super leak. I don't want to get in trouble because that's a real super leak. But I'm assuming you're looking at it too. But the shoulders are too broad, especially the red guy. It looks kind of strange, and his collar is like, why is it so out? Like, it's a very like frilly. But
they're probably not filming right now. It's probably undone and
that's true.
To cool off. Sunny. It looks like it's warm. They're probably just waiting.
That's true. But it's just so nice just to see familiar colors, because again, it's not rocket science. God damn it, it's not rocket science. I mean, if anything, the art designer is not like TNG. They had to recreate everything. It's like, here's a phaser from 20 years ago. Here's a phaser from 5 years in your future.
Yeah.
In canon, let's design one that looks like a more modernistic version where everything's a touchscreen. Good. Here's your $20. You done it. It's not rocket science.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that link in the picture. Like, we had seen it before, but we didn't want to talk about it because it's officially confirmed. So, but it does seem to match the doors and stuff that we're seeing with the Picard picture. So we're still not saying it's official. We're just make up your own mind. Jeff Jacobs puts in $5. Damn, 200 likes now. Keep it going, guys. Hashtag like spike. I will go again at 250. Make me pay. Make me pay. Make me pay. Make him pay. Jeff is he's our lead moderator on these YouTube chats. He's a good member of the Trekyards community and a good admin as well for the Facebook page. So having to put up with us already makes him pay. But guys, make him pay. Everybody hit like. Let's get those likes up. Fleet Paw Swiftback puts in $4.99. Life Summons. Yeah. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for the update on the new show. Have a great night, everyone. See you later. Have a good one. See you next time. Polish Gamer puts in £5. I had a headcanon for the Klingon ridges. It's a failed vaccine for the augment virus that causes even further pronounced ridges. Yeah, we've discussed that many times. It's like they tried to mutate the gene back to what it's supposed to be, but the mutation went too far. And yeah, we've discussed all that. There's a lot of different theories for that kind of thing. There's some good videos on Trekyards about the Klingons and talking about such issues, so go check them out.
And an interesting comment here. Sean Craig Parkin says, it's over 20 years. The uniforms should be different. Well, yes and no. The Wrath of Khan uniforms were introduced before Wrath of Khan and used up until Picard was in the Academy.
Just with minus the turtleneck. Yeah. Actually, I think he had the turtleneck.
He had the turtleneck, yeah.
It was Jack Crusher that didn't have the turtleneck or the belt.
That one time.
Yeah. Well, we saw it a few times with that.
Because had the collar, but not the belt? Yeah, or did it not have either?
I think it had a smaller collar and no belt, which seemed lazy. It looks awful for that uniform to not have that kind of...
Oh, no collar, yeah. So that uniform, at least the jacket, was used for like 100 years.
Yeah.
And so the cadet uniform was used during Picard's tenure of Enterprise D, and between that time we see it and End of Voyager is only about 10 years because it's in the middle to the end.
Yeah.
So 30 years when a uniform for 100, I mean, even TOS was quite a long time. So it's certainly not unheard of. I mean, I would be fine with it. It'd be a bit odd, but if you want easy cannon cell, easy whatever, I mean...
But there's enough of... I was going to say, there's enough of a difference there with the collar, and who knows what the front looks like. Fact is, we haven't seen the front.
I mean, the comm badge.
Well, the comm badge will be a big thing, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that changes a lot more often. I mean, how nice would it be if, you see this first cast picture of Picard, he's not in uniform because he's a professor, and he's got, 10 students either side in full... This is the canon uniform that it should be. Holy hell, just with a new comm badge. And we're like, oh my god, and it's like, this looks like Star Trek. So I'm not against that. I mean, there's so much precedence in Trek. It's just, if you had the two collar design like Discovery, that doesn't make sense. It's just dumb. If you had a comm badge which has a split in it, again, doesn't make sense. It's dumb. For this timeline, it should be... I mean, it should be all good things. There's no reason it's not all good things. That's every single time we see post anything, it's always all good things. Comm badge, Endgame, and the one with Jake. I mean, that's the easiest thing. Again, even if they change it at the end of the season, that's the comm badge they should be using. It's a great design though. Like it's a good design. They should stick with that. Just good design.
Yeah, I have no issue with it still being used 20 years later. Not at all.
No, that's fine.
Actually, I'd give them credit for it because it does kind of follow the cadet or Starfleet Academy idea. Pixels at Dawn puts in £5. Which underused parts of the Trek universe would you like to see in the new series?
Ooh,
underused parts.
Stuart's answer is obvious.
What's that?
He's going to say, well, the Gorns, the Hydrons, the Lyrans, the Interstellar Concordium, the Tholians.
Actually, I wasn't. My first reaction was going to be, I'd like to see more of the Tellarites, see their home world, see some of that stuff.
That'd be kind of...
But no, I having thought about it and talking about it, I would have naturally come to the Starfleet battles stuff, the races, like the Gorn and stuff. But yes, there you go. You already know my answer then. Fine. What about you, Sam?
Well, I thought Tholians instantly. I mean, as a race, the fact we didn't see them for so many years, I mean, wouldn't it be fun? I don't like what they did with Discovery saying Klingons we didn't see them for 70 years, but if the Tholians said, cadets, you've heard of the Tholians, haven't you? Yes, sir, we haven't seen them in 100 years. Yes, I know. Weird that. Well, they've come back. Where have they been? Crystalline entity ships. They were always ahead of the Covenant's technology. They could have evolved. I mean, I think there's a lot of potential with a Tholian, future Tholian. You can, and I think that was in Starfleet Battles, but the Tholians looking like spiders. I mean, if they're rock crystal creatures, why can they look like? I mean, if all rocks are different, you could have huge variations, like 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 arms, 4 legs. I mean, I could see them, a huge variation.
Could be that the Tholians and the Gorn formed an alliance, and now there's Gorns wearing suits made of Tholians. There's some kind of hybrid. That'd be neat. There's lots of unused or underused stuff in the canon, which could definitely be pulled out and made a bit. I'd love to see the Xindi again after all this time. See what's going on with the Xindi, and that'd be neat because they were referred to once in TNG, but that was early on as well. So it'd be kind of cool to see them, see what they're up to. Good tea, nice house. Nice to see you again, sir. $5 Canadian. They can the new show whatever they want. Just get the effing Klingons right. Samuel, where can I see more of your ship designs? You are very talented.
Hey, thanks. Well, currently I've got two new designs in the Avalon universe. The Avalon universe for set fan films. You've got the Bird of Prey and the D7, both of which the finals are almost done. Really excited about those designs. Check out, there is a video showing them both, or several videos, early versions, so check out those designs.
And we'll be talking about those in Trekyards at some point.
In the Romulan War fan series, you've obviously got the Stormbird, and I've got several carriers. I've got some work bees, so there's quite a few there. Convergence obviously got Horizon, and
most of these aren't out yet, just so you guys are aware.
Yeah, although Romulan War is real close, so you're going to see a lot of my. I think everything I've designed is in there except one that hasn't been built yet in 3D, so it can't be in there. But thank you. Yeah, a lot of stuff pretty much coming out soon. Actually, good timing.
Yeah. Is this before or after the Romulan Sun Goes Boom? It is after. A few years after. Polish Gamer puts in £2. I hope the show uses references in a natural way. Yes.
Yes.
I don't want anything to feel forced. Again, Discovery itself is just forced because it's been shoehorned into a timeline. Mm-hmm. And because you have to wedge that in there, you're bound to fuck things up. So, yeah, this should just progress naturally and not. Definitely don't refer to Discovery. Have no Discovery references at all. Well, it doesn't need it.
But you can't anyway because it's all classified anyway. So they've luckily written themselves out the whole in terms of.
But they haven't, because he's had a mind meld with Sarek and Spock, who knew Burnham, so he's going to have that knowledge in his noggin anyway. I can see that leaking out and just becoming a problem.
There was
and
once a woman named Michael Burnham who could travel.
Who saved the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes. She actually went back in time and became the Archangel.
Yes, I met her once. She saved the Enterprise D on 4 separate occasions. She's a marvellous woman.
But it's all classified, so just forget what I'm saying. I don't have...
And then, Geordie, do you remember that time the Enterprise E was fighting the Borg fleet, all 132 cubes? She turned up and EMP'd them all. It was amazing. What?
Oh, yeah, that's classified. Sorry, just ignore everything I just said. I'm leaving by.
Wouldn't that be great if it's like she saves everyone in the Federation? She saved Picard.
Yeah. Well, it is 6:04. I got to leave in a minute or two, but I'm going to address this super chat. Andrew Jones, you're probably going to stay on chat because this has been a great. I would love to stay in chat, but I probably have a few more minutes in me, but I got to get going. Andrew Jones puts in £10, so thank you very much. Please do not underestimate Stewart's impact on the show in terms of knowing how to make it like TNG, DS9, Voyager era when it comes to keeping it as OG as possible, such as story beats. Love the show. What's with the face? What's with the face?
Well, you respond and I'll respond because I have specific thoughts on that.
I know you do. I'm just going to say I hope that you're right. I have a feeling you're not. But I would really imagine that if he wants to have the Picard character not ruin his legacy, that he would expect them to follow some guidelines. He is one of the executive producers, so he's got a bunch of sway. And plus, he agreed to come back, which means he heard their idea and input his own ideas. So hopefully you're right. However, I'm going to hand this over to Samuel because I'm sure he's going to tell you what he thinks.
Patrick Stewart has watched most of TNG. He actually watched it if it comes on TV. He hasn't watched DS9 or Voyager Enterprise.
Really?
So, we might have seen bits of bobs, but he hasn't actually gone out and watched those shows, so he doesn't know the greater canon. Why would he? He was an executive producer of Insurrection, and he was asked at a convention. He has no memory of being it, so he had no impact at all. He was, and that wasn't even that many years after. He had really no impact. So he was, but he was like there's literally a sketch they showed him that he signed off on. They had no memory of because it wasn't that important. In Nemesis, he's on the Ask the Argo, and that whole scene was bad because he asked for it. He didn't understand what Picard wanted or needed. That was his thing. And then when I talked to him after the fact, obviously he was disconnected from the sense that he's lived and done that, and he wants to do something different. So he wants to do something in a new direction. So story beats are fine, but he's experienced the world in the next 20 years. So he won't make it. He says he doesn't want TNG again, so it won't be TNG, which is it won't have the same story beats. He doesn't know the greater canon because he hasn't watched it, and he's not. I mean, he's a fan of his work and of the Star Trek idea, but he doesn't although he knows the episode's better than some people do, some of the cast, because he's actually enjoys what he like. He loves the craft of what he's done more than some of the actors, and he can watch it without it being annoying to see himself. I think Frakes doesn't like seeing himself as much, or one of the other ones. He's
Shatner hates watching himself as well.
Yeah, but he's not as like. I mean, maybe they made him watch all of Star Trek before making the Picard show. Like, please watch all 7 seasons of Voyager so you understand the canon. But he's not the guy that will know canon that will interfere with it. I mean, he might say, even if he says, I don't think Picard will do this, one of the writers will say, yes, Patrick, but 4 years before, your wife died, so you're now dark and would do it. He's like, oh, really? Well, that's a good thing to act. That sounds fun.
Yeah. That makes my character more interesting.
And your kids are killed. Your kids die too. Oh, really? And one hates you. Oh, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's the acting. If the story's good, it's just very different. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it doesn't, if it respects canon, but does something different, that's fine. DS9 was different. Still respected canon. It's very different, but it was good. At least it got good. Yeah. So, I don't think he's going to let it be like F-bombs and nudity, and he won't let it be pushed too far, but Discovery was already too far. So I think, he won't, he didn't watch Discovery either, so.
Stuart Carr actually in the chat says, Picard under his breath, oh, if only they had something like the Spore Drive now. Excuse me, sir? Nothing, cadet. Yes. That'd be hilarious. Also, Brian Kesterson says, Cap, you and Samuel have done a great job tonight. Thank you both for putting on such a great program. Well, thank you very much, Brian. We try. Yeah. That being said, that's the beat that I'm going to leave on. Samuel, there's another super chat there waiting for you, but I'll let you address that. Guys, I am sorry. I would love to stick around tonight and talk about this because it's exciting breaking news, and I'm in a zone right now. I'm having fun, but I got to go.
You got previous engagements, but I'm still here. I want to do Q&A. I want to talk about Picard more. See how I can keep them, because 352 people is amazing. You guys are keep super chatting. It's amazing. So you have a great rest of the day, evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for another live on Norval. That's right. And you guys, I love you guys. I'll see you later as well. And if anything that he says is stupid, just wait for me and then ask me about it, and I'll tell you what really is going to happen. Yes, you know what I'm saying? The Captain Foley perspective. Bye, Stuart. Bye, guys. And let me just grab my video on, guys, so I can stay for a bit longer. If you guys keep supporting, keep talking, keep super chatting, I can stay for longer. Hello. And it's definitely fun to hang out with you all. And I can do raw camera, which gets a higher quality. So yes, guys, super chat questions. Let me talk to the chat. I am here to talk to you now about the Picard show. But no, I mean, this image is good. I was obviously worried they've got unlimited control to go anywhere they want theoretically. Again, look at Discovery as we'll go where we want to go. And so seeing these uniforms for me just tells me, and just like blue phasers, obviously they should be doing this sort of thing. But just seeing they have is very encouraging. Even if the show is dark beyond belief, even if the character is dark and brooding and whatever, if it's really interesting and if they haven't destroyed the Federation, because that would be a real shame, a good story means a great deal, and that's all I sort of want. But we did have a super chat, didn't we? TXR Wayu. Hi chaps, just chap now. What Klingon design do you think they will use? Also, do you know when the DS9 documentary will be available to see in the UK? Well, I'm sure we're going to see Klingons at some point. I'm sure we'll see an updated Bird of Prey, because that's the most famous one, and probably a new battleship, which doesn't look like the Negvar, because it's the future. You can do new things. Yeah, they've kind of got sky's the limit there, and 20 years is quite a long time for ship design. I mean, in those 20 years, we saw, Vorcha and Negvar, but Vorcha was new, so we saw would have been three gens of stuff. And the DS9 documentary is going to be in the UK. It's been announced at the Prince Charles Theatre, which is a small theatre or cinema in the heart of London, Leicester Square. I actually booked tickets within 10 minutes of it going live, which was great. And I already bought tickets, like I said, but it's not got many seats. I think it's only one night, so please go check some Prince Charles Theatre. I don't know if it's sold out now, but I'm excited. It's end of June. Could go with my dad, even though he's not the biggest DS9 fan. never got into it. I know people that worked on the docs, so I'm excited to see it in the big screen and be taken away with HD Trek. But Polish Gamer says, Captain has left the bridge. Samuel has the con. Yes, I'll steer us to victory. To victory we go. Carglassy Studios. How you doing, Samuel? How are things going on production front? Good. I'm okay. We went to see John Wick 3 today. It was pretty good. Some of the action scenes were superb. Absolutely superb. And production front are good. I've been doing Roman and War stuff today. Been doing some stuff on Alpha Centauri, the Cochrane Institute. And last week I was doing more explodey stuff. I also just got the new D7 and Bird of Prey. Finally, after a week from the modeler, should be the final version of the Bird of Prey and such. So I'm excited to see those after I finish this. And I've got a meeting with Actor tomorrow with that as well. So that's exciting. And actually, I'm going to do something fun to keep you guys interested. I mean, I'll keep you guys interested because why not? Obviously, you guys love me anyway, but I might as well throw something else in just for funsies because we're talking Picard. And I mean, who doesn't love the Enterprise E? Be serious. Be serious. And put in the chat right now if you do or don't love Enterprise E. Like, love if you do, don't love if you don't. Because, you know, the Enterprise E is you know, super iconic. Super iconic. And, I mean, it would be a shame if we didn't see the E. The fact that every previous Trek of his generation included the gold statues of the different Enterprises, it would be bizarre not to include something similar, and so we need to see the E as said statue. It would be criminal if we didn't. So I'd very much like to see that. And let me just bring in my light wave so I can just make some quick little, I'll show some quick images as, or you know, you can see it live and know this is a live thing. What's it going to be? Window capture probably. Yes, there we go. There she is, the beauty. I can make custom angles as I'm going to keep changing that as we talk because damn is she pretty. Definitely needs to be somewhere in the show. Doesn't need to be the hero ship because that's old, but it'd be nice to be somewhere for sure. But back to the chat. And thank goodness most of you haven't left. Awesome, awesome. Andrew Jones, Stuart chose to come back. He wants to do good. Yeah, absolutely. The fact that, I mean, obviously, you know, I talked to him in person last year, and he wasn't getting offered that many jobs because he's of a certain age bracket, a certain, you know, you get Patrick Stewart, and you know he was doing 2 features that he enjoyed doing. But he's an actor. He's truly an actor. If he could do 10, 15, 20 projects a year, he would. And he wasn't not sad he's not being given more, but he obviously would love the challenges. One of the films I think must be coming this year, he had to learn to play the piano, or at least that part of the piano. He was really thrilled because it's a new thing to learn. And so to come back as Picard, his most famous character, in an era where the technology is so broad and writing is often so good, I mean, you could make anything happen. Is exciting. Just depends how you take it. Where would he want to take the character? I would assume family. Give the character a wife, some children. I mean, that dynamic he's never had to play before. How he's mellowed, how he's changed as a person. Where, you know, the death of a son, Kirk had a son. Go death of a daughter. I mean, you know, what if, and again, I love pitching ideas, but what if the show is, you know, he's a professor of this class, and his daughter is you know, leaving the academy that year, and this wonderful rapport with her. They get on pretty well, not the best, but pretty well. You know, he's too famous for her, sort of thing. And then he takes a role aboard her ship, and they find themselves somewhere really bad, and he has to lose her. And it's just really powerful stuff. He'd get to act, or like really push himself would be brilliant. You know, see him be a leader in a different way, see him be a father. I think would be fun. I mean, he's a great grandfather. I heard him talk. I know he's very, very fond of his nephews. He's married. But does he have a kid? Or might have been his nephews then. Yeah, it might have been his nephews. He's a big lover of them. John Harrison, I would have thought Picard would be an ambassador. Yes, me too. Me too. But well, archaeologist, ambassador, archaeologist, admiral, all good things. All good things must come to an end. All good things. Cargate Studios. Sam, what's your take on the possible future CBS Viacom merger? How do you think this will affect in the Picard series? Well, it wouldn't until season 2, really. Once you set the direction, it's really hard to change the direction, especially visually, because if you spent, $130,000 making the costumes, are you really gonna try and get another 130,000? Okay. 1 second. What was I saying? Something, I don't know. Polish gamer, who, if anyone, would you want to see come back most? Well, it depends on what context. It'd be good to see most of them back in some way, in some form. I think Worf is a strong bet, because Worf gives you the Klingon arc, Michael Dorn's a good actor. He has a lot of charisma, a lot of personality. If you were to give him a really hard-hitting story, you could, take Klingons in a dark direction, but it might actually work. That'd be kind of cool. I would enjoy seeing that. See how the Empire's changed through that lens would be fun. Plus, with the makeup, Michael Dorn can never age. Worf can never age, except the deliberate age. So that's always an exciting possibility. That would just be fun. I would just enjoy that as a possible. Let's have a look. Love the Furious Fonz. Yes, as do we. It's great. Yeah, trying to make a sort of a dark shot here. Samuel's love his own voice. I'm just talking. I gotta concentrate on what I'm saying as well as reading the chat and such. Someone's doing a monologue. Well, I look for super chats. That's what we do. I don't like the aesthetics of the Enterprise E, but I understand why it looks the way it does from the form plus function back. I respect that. Okay. I've seen the concept image of the Enterprise E. Source separation. I don't like the shape of the ship. Yes. It's certainly weird. Oh yeah, his brother and nephew were killed in a fire. Well, thanks, Robert Hayes, for ruining that for me. Great, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for that. 7 would be interesting. 7 would be interesting. Yeah. See, this is why you need to get married and have a kid, or he finds another. Oh my god, I have a twin sister I never know I had. That'd be an unusual story. That lighting is not that great. I do that. That's a little bit better. I take out lens flares because that's a bit distracting. Look at that E. It loves the. I knew that was a pre-Nemesis Enterprise D. Yes, it's the First Contact D. Trekkers, do you think they will stay true to the look and feel TNG, or they go off the rails again like Star Trek Discovery? They will do both. They'll obviously want to do a new look, a new feel, but it depends how consistent they can see. It's kind of like the magic is how close they'll be, but the color palette at least looks closer. Few, because that's a big thing. Atheists for the cause. They could sell the uniforms to fans auction for 130,000. I know, but it also admit defeat sort of thing. They didn't even show the Brian Fuller Discovery pre-season 1 uniforms on they were going to use, which are very cage looking. They spent the money, fully cast, loaded out, and then swapped them last minute, and then used them as background pieces for something else. So that they didn't admit defeat for there. Mark Mendel, $2. Thank you. Think his aromatic syndrome will be addressed. I hope so, but in the sense that, he'll note that he would have been ill by now. Maybe he celebrates the anniversary of All Good Things Day with that he's fine. That was a weird storyline to make him be ill in the season finale, but obviously they were able to fix it. Ooh, great comment by someone that I just lost. Robert Hayes, will Ian McKellen guest star? That is such a good idea. Does Ian McKellen do any TV? I don't know if I've seen him on television before. Obviously, we've seen him in all the movies. I'm sure he would do a deal to be able to work with Patrick. That'd be amazing. I mean, Admiral, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Sold me on that. Yeah, absolutely sold me on that. The word on the street is Picard will be partially wholly based on a certain graphic novel, though we won't know until we get there. It's tricky because that's a weird one. That's a weird one. He does have a son in the son in the novels. They could incorporate that. Well, I mean, they own the rights to all the novels. They can do what they want with it. Furious Fons, what are you on about? I'm out of focus. No, I'm fine on my screen. You're out of focus. You're out of focus. Shivitar Star. I never liked the shape of the Voyager and Enterprise E, but they aren't terrible. Why not? I think they're great. Gary San, would you like to see the Enterprise F in the new show? No. I would like to see the Enterprise H. No, I. The next one after F. G. Because 20 years, most Enterprises don't last. Only the Connie lasted that long. The NX didn't last more than 10 years. The Connie itself lasted 40 to 60. It's confusing. The refit lasted some years. The A, we do know, is like 7. The B, I think it was under 10 until it was lost. The C was very short. The D was relatively short. That was, 7 years? And E unknown. So they don't last as long as you'd think. So I'll be fine for him to skip right to the next one. Although that's quite a lot of pressure then to actually show off the F would be somewhere in the art design and then the next one as well. Hopefully Picard designs Ambassador Worf. Ambassador Worf though. Bring Ambassador Worf. That's great. That's funny. Good tea, nice house. We've got no tea, but it's a decent house. Picard show should have a weaker Federation with skeptical and declining membership since Romulan's explosion. One of the 4 founding races should withdraw. Which one of the 4? Good tea house. I like weaker Federation, although Romulus being destroyed wouldn't affect the Federation too much. I would not assume. I mean, you could force it to, but I wouldn't assume it would. Even so much that it wouldn't interfere with Romulans that much. I think people give too much credence into it destroying the Romulan Empire. I mean, it wasn't as if it happened that afternoon and they didn't know it happened. They had warning, and so they got the Senate out, they got most of the people out. I'm sure it's common sense. And if Supernova started 5 minutes before, you can still beam to a escape ship that can warp away. I mean, if Spock could get there, it didn't stop the destruction, but he got there enough to still be within the wave. So there was clearly a warning. Yes, you lose the home world and the Riemann world, but you've still got the rest of the Empire. It wouldn't make that much drastic difference. Even if you destroyed Earth, you've still got the Federation Council locations on all the other Founder worlds. You've got other planets. It's a tragedy, but it wouldn't be the end of the Empire. So I think it might plunge into turmoil. Where do we do the New Eden? A rival faction in the Roman Empire using that chance to take power. That would work, but not the Empire be particularly damaged. Ooh, Dan23. In the autobiography book, there's a picture of him at a wedding to Beverly Crusher. That's nice. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. And Shivatar Star says prefers round saucers. So does that mean you don't like the Enterprise E? Because it's also an oval similar to the E, so you only like the C, A, Classic, and an X, I suppose. Hellrats96, $2. Thank you. I'm hoping he has his own private space yacht. Yeah. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Captain Picard Day. I should celebrate that as well. Oh, Ian McKen did Coronation Street. McShave. When did he do it? Did he do it in the last 10 years or before that? That's cool. That's cool. I'm sure he has done. Ooh, Raj. I hope Seth MacFarlane has an appearance. Yes, he should be a captain. Captain would be spectacular. And I know you won't see this, I'm sure you're gone by now, but someone said they were leaving to church, so have a good day. And I can't find the name. There we go. Michael, have a great day. What's the difference between the first Contact Enterprise E and the Nemesis one? Asked Clark85. Well, the paint scheme, the first Contact one is a much more clean white. The one from Nemesis has slightly different pylons and connecting structure with the neck. It also has more weapons. For example, back here, there's nothing on this version, but on the Nemesis, there's torpedoes there, and also there, I believe, it is armed to the teeth. Is there a forward torpedo? No, I don't think there is. Yeah, it's such a pretty ship. Let me just relight it for a second, guys. Because, you know, visuals are always nice. Yeah, the E's a really, really nice ship to light in 3D because, as you can see, it's got these panel lines that allow you to have a really stepped light look, which I just love because you don't actually need to have the whole ship lit. You can have a great effect without being over the top. You know, I'm trying to create something really quickly here. Let me do another white light. Do it at the back. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think it's the best angle of the ship, but apart from that, yeah, now that ruins this first light, doesn't it? There we go. We'll say that. We'll say that. There you go. It's a new angle for you. What class of Enterprise FB? Oh, in the game, the officially licensed but not canon game, it's the Odyssey class. Brian. Hey, Captain Foley looks just like Picard on the screen. Great CGI effect, Samuel. Hey, you're welcome. That's funny. I like that. Vincent Vizens, who I know. Hey, Sam. I thought I'd send $5 instead of asking on Skype. How do RCS thrusters work on ships like the OG Enterprise or Franklin, where you can't see any? Hey, man. How's it going? RCS thrusters, yeah. The theory for those ships, because they must have them, is that they are under the surface. There's little nozzles under the surface, only with little holes. More like an XO1, which has lots of literally, thruster holes, but they're right on the surface, and maybe they have little shutters that open or close if you want it to be completely smooth. But you could argue that you just couldn't see them on the visual effects at the time. But yeah, I would just have where there would be on later ships, just little nozzles and flush with the hull completely. And thank you again. Oh no, God, Cara Thrice. Maybe Riker and Troy got divorced and Troy married Picard. Gross. Gross. I think Discovery will bring Seth MacFarlane back. When did Discovery have Seth MacFarlane? I don't think he did. Brian, good question. Is the Picard character strong enough personally to carry the show on by himself? TNG seemed to be an ensemble type of show. No, but that said, he is a leader. He is a guiding light of a crew. So it'll be cadets, it'll be younger people, it'll be another crew. He'll just be in the center of a mission of this crew as captain or as a secondary role. So he'll be the hero, I guess, like Michael Burnham is, but it won't be about him. And if the story's about him, it'll still be ensemble. They're not going to take the direction of, he is in every scene, he is whatever. He's a, getting on there man that wouldn't want to learn 100 pages of dialogue each episode. So no, it'll be balanced. It'll be more balanced, I think. We think. Hopefully, not to diminish his role, because obviously it would be a shame to have a lot less Picard than we want. So it's have him be the academy leader, the head personality for a season, then each season get less of a part would be ideal. Make sure I haven't missed it. Yep, Jeff Jacobs. Hey, Jeff. 250 plus likes. Yes, guys, please lick. Wow, no. Please lick that. No, please click that. Jesus Christ. Please click that like button now. 262. Let's see if we can get 300 likes. Would be great. He'll go get 300. And Furious Fons, you get a free question for being a loyal Patreon fan. Yes, I mean everyone gets a question if I see it. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat as you guys know. Yes, post game. I hope it's a non-enterprise ship, smaller, more personal journey of Picard. Youth. Film and prank model is a bit tricky to get good lighting a certain way. Yes. 2008 for Coronation Street. Cool. Shavir Star to another $2. Thanks so much. My first Vegas this year. Hope to meet you guys. Well, we're planning to go to Vegas, but it is a little bit up to you guys, and you'll see why. But yes, Vegas. Who here is going to Star Trek Las Vegas? Yeah. There'll be meetups. There'll be times to see the team, to hang out, ask, deep, dark, secret questions, and very light, bright questions. With if you want to buy us drinks, that's fine. You'll get even more Trekyards secrets from us, how we're really in person, how is Stuart secretly the ensign and I'm secretly the admiral. Muhaha. No one believes that for a second, do they? No one believes that for a second. Doop-a-doop. Reading the comments. Mr. Horan, when does the new season start for Orville and Disco? I mean, neither anywhere close to filming, so a long time. We just finished 2020 for each would be 2019 for Orville's meant to be possible, but I doubt, really strongly doubt, or New Year's again. And I love a comment I just saw. Robert Hayes, you have lots of good comments. Seth MacFarlane playing Captain Book. Say American Dad reference. Love it. Atheist for the cause. Do you think Discovery and Orville will stop competing on the time slot? Hopefully, yes, please. Don't think of it as competition. Think of it as helping the fandom in general. Brian Kennison. Samuel, do you think there'll be a spot where Picard is acting as an ambassador to the Borg? Yikes, no. The Borg cannot be negotiated with unless you're Janeway once or twice. No, the Borg need to be a serious threat again. If you're not going to see him for years, which I think is a safe bet, to have them come back in force but in a different way, more menacing. Zombies are fine. I kind of like the Queen as a raw sense of having something there, not necessarily controlling it, but being part of the network, something to relate to is good. Josso1, hey Sam! Don't want to give you an accent there. Out of interest, what machine do you render with? A big one. No, I've got a Threadripper 2 for my Lightwave. I've got a GTX 1080. I invested my own money into getting a big rig. Got 32 gigs of DDR4. I've got two 1080p monitors. One's a little older than it should be. That's the important stuff. And a big power source too, so I can power. I have 4 I think I've got a 4 terabyte internal hard drive. I have the largest one when I bought it. I have literally a pile of 7 hard drives next to my desk. A lot of hard drives. Hellrats96 again. Maybe he'll be the new Boothby. Yeah, then everyone would know him. But that's quite, yeah. I mean, well, I don't think you can bring back Boothby, unfortunately, but a Boothby reference would be nice. Maybe call his kid Boothby. Mike P. Did Captain Foley and Commander Cummings get some inside information on the new Picard series? No. Actually, no, they're being very tight-lipped. Brian McFarlane, Trekyards. Hey Samuel, if Patrick Stewart offered himself for your next fan film, would it be hard to write a role for him? Even for Convergence, I could write him in relatively easily. It would be a post-credit scene. Actually, be a very good post-credit scene, but it wouldn't be difficult. Just trying to make sure I don't lose track. Lick that like button hashtag. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried. Having a look at all the comments. Mark Lawrence. Hey, hi Mark. That's the problem with one person to keep talking, otherwise it's boring. Star Trek Vegas is from 31st July in Rio, yes. Yes, Raj, it has been. And we will talk about that tomorrow. Kara, geez, you keep throwing fun things there. Pack goods will be the new big bad. Elastic band technology has moved on. I like it. Oh, bye, Raj. Yeah, see you tomorrow, hopefully. Slightly unrelated, but is Farscape coming back to Pipe Dream? No, I think that's a safe bet in a couple of years in some form. Jeff Jacobs, Furious Fonz. Yeah, I didn't see the question. I've been looking for that question. Oh, literally, it's right. Okay, it's fine. I scrolled, and I couldn't see it. But Samuel, why do you think the Enterprise will no longer be in service? Well, it depends what the atmosphere is between the years. There's always conflict in between years, and I mean, more Enterprises than not have been destroyed in battle. Even the E was almost completely destroyed in a sense in Nemesis. So I'm fine with the E being destroyed in some awesome way. I mean, 20 years is plenty. That if it lived 20, well, more than 20 years, because he served aboard as captain for what, 6 years? So almost 30 years is a long time to be in service, and tech would have changed a lot in 30 years. So there's only so much you can repair and enhance, even the Enterprise refit. So if you consider the Yorktown. Well, I suppose that was still a bit old shit, but you can only refit so much. So I think they would say, even if it's whatever retired, it would still retire and be the F. But at this point, I'm fine to say that E got destroyed maybe 5 years after, and the F has maybe been retired in then, or just and maybe the new Enterprise coming out. Maybe he's sad because well, it's not my Enterprise. I had two of those Enterprises, and now I'm now 2 under. He can meet James Dean Scotty, because he'd still be alive. So Dr. McCall, no, he probably would. No, he wouldn't be 30 years since he was around. So that's Braden Navat. He could be a Futurama style. Am I going to live stream from the Trek convention? We're going to try to. We are absolutely going to try to. Right, guys, I think I'm going to do for another 10 minutes. So let's try and get 20 more bucks. That'd be great. It's been a really good supportive live stream. As you know, guys, after we took a week and a half off after Discovery, and I kind of felt that pinch of not doing any of these streams. So, guys, if you do want to support us, please do. We have over 50% of our income is from Super Chats. Might sound a bit strange, but we never made very much, and so Super Chatting is literally how we keep the show going. And we have to keep it above a certain height, certain amount, so we can still pay our bills. So Super Chatting, like this event, just getting $5, $2, often over 2 hours, literally makes the show go. And it's just, it's an easy, simple way of the people voting with wallets to keep us going. And my goodness, the amount of stuff that's going to come with the new Picard show, the new animated series, is all of them. This is such an ambitious years for Trek that we'd love to keep going. But again, it really is based on Super Chats. So I'm really excited. So let's $20. Let's see if we can get there. And we've already got 5 post gamer, £5, so like $14 left. I hope they're retconning. I hope there's retconning of the Borg Queen. Okay. Make them terrifying and collective again. Maybe they have ways to fix logical loops that individual. Yeah. There's a lot of damage that was done with the Borg Queen in Endgame. I can see them needing how do you adapt from losing a lot of stuff? I can imagine them maybe doing maybe having a Borg council. That's silly, but a different way of running things. Hellrats, yes, I agree. I hope there's no time travel. Time travel is a thing that's earned, and no, not yet. Yes, I think an Enterprise E refit would be the best way to go. I'd rather be F than refit. There should be Sovereign refits, for sure. I mean, the Sovereign itself wouldn't be out of service. The class, just maybe the E, because the E is often, or the flagships are often somewhere really important and dangerous. I'm just going to bring another ship just for the fun of it. Because we all like ships, don't we? What's another fun ship to bring in? I'm not asking actually. I'm going to bring in a weird one. I'm going to do something fun. I don't think I've done before. I don't think it's got lights though. I think yeah, no light rig. That's okay. Dum ba da bum bum bum. If this doesn't get me $16 in super chats, I don't know what will. Again, I'm not asking for suggestions. I'm just saying. Oh. Can anyone tell what it is? Can anyone tell what it is from that? I think it's kind of obvious, but give you 5 seconds. Guess in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's make a pretty angle. Because I'm just that sort of guy. That is not a good angle at all. Okay. Look, it's sort of generational if it was canon, which it isn't. But, you know, sort of generational. Actually, I'm going to change the lighting up a bit. Oh, ja, no. Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. The thing about lighting is each ship lights differently, so what looks good for one ship does not look good for another. So I'm just going to, as you can see, the E looks like better with that lighting. Let me do that and then do this. I'm just going to do that. Okay, that, whatever. Hi, back. Oh, Atheist for the cause. Would be cool to see new Borg ship shaped like triangle or something. Hey, play Armada 2. I know it's a bit old now, but it's still brilliant. They had the Borg triangle. It's great. It's great. Yeah, Enterprise E was supposed to get... Well, Enterprise E was supposed to go get the armor and torpedoes that Voyager had in Endgame. Well, it was meant to get a refit. It was not necessarily thought that far ahead, because that would be kind of... destroy the the fabric of the reality of the show sort of thing. Oh goodness, I think we just hit our 20. Amazing, thank you, awesome. Ooh, NYZ Dreadnought, yes, Horats. That is a great thing. What is the percent? Tybron, $5. Thank you so much. What is the percent chance that they'd consider using these Enterprise F or Star Trek Online in some way? If say the show isn't ship based. I mean, I would love them to. I'd love to see a super high detail version of the F. I mean, the in-game model is severely under-detailed, and one day I'd love to get my modelers to just do a really nice up detail, because it definitely is. It's a good looking ship. I think it deserves some more love. But it's owned by weird side. If it's not owned by CBS directly, in the sense of their artist in their way, in their rules, with their it's just safe for them not to, and it might not be the direction they're going for, and that's as simple as that. But yeah, I mean, they own the rights to the in broad strokes. I would love to see it in some form, or at least an homage. A twin neck ship would be cool. It's not the most functional thing in the world, but I would certainly love to see it. Yeah, but we're ship guys. Everything should be Akira, isn't it? Akira refits, and that's the thing. If they were really big canon lovers, and it was very much made by even the TNG team, then I can imagine seeing, they would say to, right, Rick, John, design an Akira refit, a Saber refit. That'd be brilliant. That'd be mind-boggling. I'd love that. Prince of Canis, $2. Hope I said that right. Anxious to see what the Klingons and Andorians look like. Yes, certainly. Hey, the Klingons got a bit better. Yeah, I mean, just stick with what you know, guys. This is the future. You have no reason for them to look like Discovery. You can't double break. Well, you shouldn't double break canon. That'd be a shame. Yes, Michael and Zach. Well, that was very loud. Sorry. Yes, it is Enterprise C. Huzzah. Andrew Probert's the beautiful Enterprise C. Polish Gamer, £10. You have no idea how genuinely that is a massive support to the channel. But I think you do, because you give quite a lot. But thank you. Right. Would you like to see a variation of the Q Continuum novel series? I don't think you can have a Picard series without Q, and I've always been fascinated by the Continuum and their role. Well, first of all, sorry, haven't read the novel. There's not an audiobook of it, otherwise I would have, because I do audiobooks more than reading. I just like the format. But Q is a weird one. Q is a tricky thing because the tone of Q is very non-serious, even though it started being serious and then ended serious. But it's not a serious character per se, and so I think the tone they're going to go for is much darker. And also it adds in an entity with unlimited power, and that's a risky thing. But I mean, certainly John Delancey at some point would be nice to get back. He's still, he reprised the voice role of Q for one of the video game, I think, timelines. Yeah, the last 2 years, and he can still do the voice of Q. I'd love to see it, but again, it shouldn't be forced. Shouldn't be just whatever because it needs to be a good reason. At the same token, I don't know if the show needs that necessarily. It should be a good story, and I can do it. Oh man, I love me some Probert. Thank you. And Judy Bob, I'm late jumping in. You're very late jumping in. What is the deal with the picture on the upper left? That, Jube, sorry, I'm very proud to say, is the first official, sort of leaked, sort of official, but it is a real picture from the Picard series. And as you can see, we've got Picard looking like Picard. And we've got TNG-esque uniforms, we think, cadet, given the age of the people in the picture, we think. But it is at least the right colour scheme. It doesn't look too far off, so it's at least exciting that they're not going to throw all to the wind. So yes. SW Nar. The Ambassador prototype is like the best looking tuna sail ship, but you've really caught the ugliest angle there. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Oh, dude, really? £34 jam. That is like half what we needed a life to live. That's amazing. Thank you. Dude, you're awesome. Well, beyond awesome, obviously. Maybe someone's done a high-res 3 print model of the Enterprise F. I don't think they have. I agree, but I don't think they have. Love the Akira, yep. Yes, it's true. Only 12 more likes. Guys, let's get to 300 likes and I can stop. That'd be cool. Please help us get to 300 likes. And tell you what, I'm going to do another angle of these ships because I love you all so much. Let me do a kind of Yes is Enterprise vibe as if it was the other way round. So yeah, I want to see 300 likes when I come back. 300 likes, please, and or another super chat to end. But I'm content. But if you enjoy what I'm doing, then please, you're welcome to. It'll be final super chat, and like I say, 300 likes, guys. That'd be fun to get to. Actually, let me do this as well. I always like doing this. Aha. I always like doing this sort of perspective thing. Yeah, now we have an image. 300 likes, guys. Come on. I wanna come out of this lightweight program. I want to see 300 likes. That is my goal. That is my goal, and I expect you all to help me in my goal. My goal. Please and thank you. Yeah, very hard angle of the neck there. I know I haven't really done much work with this. I may have done some. I haven't done that much work with this design before, so it's interesting to see what angles you can get with a. Yeah. You do this as well. And just for clarity, guys, it's the Tobias Richter model of the Ambassador, which is the definitive high-res model out there, and he does just gorgeous work as always. Just, I mean, he's the one that fleshed it out with Tobias Richter, so what a wonderful, wonderful guy. 303 likes! Yay! Guys, we did it. We did it. Awesome. And you're welcome, Julie. You're welcome. Or Jules, sorry. Dan23. In Enterprise, we saw Captain Archer was on Enterprise J, and we saw some starships out the window. Yes, we saw a Rhode Island and Prometheus. So yes, they exist in the future. And Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and pay our faith 300 likes. We did hit, though. 305, so we did it. We did it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, and hope you guys like the picture there. Just something quickly. IFO Jeet Kuhn D Frankfurt. Is there a trailer? No, but there's a teaser which was released at a CBS meeting, which is the context of that But we will see a trailer. Well, I mean, they haven't filmed enough for a trailer, but I'm sure we'll get a teaser at some point because they need the press. They need the good press, obviously, and it'll be who the hell knows what. But it's certainly exciting. And let me render this as well so I can put some glows on, because glows might make this pop a bit more. Let me do that. Let's see how it looks. 841,000 polygons. What a blast from the past. Boom, Nitro Ball, yes. Yes. Let's see when it finishes rendering. How the glows look. Hopefully amazing. No, normally you do things in passes, so it takes more than one. I do quite like the impulse engine of the Ambassador product. There you go, with some glows. With some glows for you all. Scottish Trekkie. How do I go about Amazon Prime? You just subscribe and then you get unlimited free shipping next day. It's amazing. Dan23. Starfleet may have made more ships like the Dauntless and Voyager. Sorry, you're right. Dauntless was in the battle, although there's a different paint scheme. But I doubt they'd make the Dauntless because it would seem silly to make an old ship from the context of the show. Something maybe similar, but it wouldn't be the same. You wouldn't design something that you saw 5 years ago down to a T. It wouldn't make much sense. Still a visual reboot, right? Well, as just as much as TNG was, because it's the future, and the future you can do that. So, Post Gamer again! You crazy man. Or another noble storyline to go for the Kalis novel. Yes, Kalis! The only book for that, really cool. Kalis may not have been what people think he is. I've listened to the one where he shows up, he talks to Worf for a bit. God, what one was that? Where they go to a planet. Is it the Kalis book? They go to a planet and there's a really cool ceremonial fight, and they actually tell the full story of my lord? No, Kalis Star Trek novel. I feel like I must have listened to. Yeah, I feel like I've listened to that one. I liked it, if I can recall, because I listened to a lot of those. The Clone, Throne. Yes, Ancient Throne, Ancient Scroll. Yeah. Yes. Where he knows his history rather than necessarily the truth, and so that's good. It's a good book. It's a good book. I'm hoping for more story less pew pew. Yes, I think we all are. Chief Cook 199. Gene said no ships were bigger than the galaxy. Sure. Yeah. I mean, the J is, but one from the future. I mean, you do need progression size, but with a ship getting more advanced, for the time it gets more advanced. The tech gets smaller, so you don't need as big a warp core. You don't need as big a whatever. So you should need less internal volume for the same abilities. So only going bigger is more for larger mission profiles. That's different. I already pay for Amazon Prime, but as a North American, I have to pay extra to watch this. Pfft, later, dudes. No, you have to all access still. It's only everywhere else in the world, as is all access. Now, I'm gonna add one more ship. I feel like this isn't dangerous enough a situation, or surreal enough. So I'm gonna, I'm having fun with you guys. I hope you guys are having fun too. I'm gonna load another ship, and hopefully make some people go, "Oh, that's cool," or "Whoa, that's cool," or "Damn," or "Careless." You guys little ship. Well, actually, I could learn a Crown ship, but I'm not going to because that wasn't the joke I was going for. And it's just, I guess, a good visual indicator as to how things. That is a wrong ship. Of how things can change with time. That is going very slowly. And it's going even slower. How diddly does that work there? It's pretty diddly. Pretty though. Now how that look, probably pretty not good. Oh, surprisingly fine actually. Wow, that's surprising. And there you go, guys. You got 3 enterprises for the price of 0 because I did it for free. The J doesn't fit. I think it's fine. Oh, Brian McFarland. Hey Samuel, it's been several months since your last full model design modding the cells. Reflecting back on the model, would you make any major changes to it? I mean, I've designed multiple ships since. Horizon's a weird one. It's a lot that I have done. Lots of animation work now with her fully. The fact that she's such a smooth hull makes her harder to light than I was expecting, which I couldn't have known until she's more finalized. Having more dimensionality maybe would have been a thing I would have thought of. That's why the E works so well. But I think still functionally she works really well. I don't know if I have many specific thoughts or problems. There you go, guys. Another fun render for you all. Hope you guys like that. And automatic, what software do you use? Lightwave 3D, same as I used for all the different shows. Samuel, Brian, have you ever thought about submitting your ship designs for any CBS series? You can't do that. There's not a way of doing that, and they wouldn't let you do it anyway. Sorry, hey, I'd love to, but they just wouldn't let you do it. You know. But yeah, so currently the last super chat is Chief Cook. Who wants to be the last super chat? I'll be finishing in a moment. So if you want the last super chat, the winner of the super chat of the night, go to that person. And I guess I'll just briefly reiterate the Picard thing. So yeah, we got the new news that it's, I guess, called Star Trek Picard, but that might change. I hope it does. For still, the fact that there's Picard looking like Picard, which is great. No facial hair, which I think is kind of a good thing. Keeps it more focused. And uniforms which look like they're not going to abandon the canon, which is what the current team is known for doing. So I'm certainly excited. Oh, actually, these are low. That's why I took so low setting. I'm gonna load one more ship. I've got things I'm not procrastinating, but I like you guys, so I'm gonna load in one more ship, just for the fun of it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna load in this ship. Well, this ship, because I'm a silly man that does silly things, and Stuart can enjoy watching this in retrospect, being like, wow, he really took nonsense for a bit, didn't he? And everyone can be like, yup. But hopefully, enjoyable nonsense. All this is me vamping, obviously, because I'm trying to load a thing. Come on. No, I need to load a plugin. Come on. Go. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Oh. That's the wrong axis. What a movie, eh? An evil Enterprise C meets up with a Connie and an E at Deep Space Nine. How will this look with lighting that's not designed for this angle? Not great. That one didn't quite hold up. Let me do. Not great. Gonna be honest with you. Let me just. Oh well, I should have stopped while I was ahead. That's okay. I thought it was vaguely funny. Oh, we're 2 super chats. Cool. Jeff Jacobs, please add Voyager. If I approve, I will pay again. Fine, maybe. Samuel, I know you and Foley hate Spencer, but he did make a great Enterprise. No, Chief Cook, we don't hate Spencer, but he was incredibly rude to us and our community, saying things we're not going to repeat. So he ruined his chance by being incredibly rude, and we don't appreciate that. So no. Polish Gamer, hope name changes, we get some cameos, and the dark tone isn't too forced. Yes. Kenneth, our Mother's Day was months ago, so Mother's Day is a long time. Automatic, do you have any Orville malls? I have 8 Orville, but it actually crashes. So no. There are 3 ships in the space station. Yes, I know. Dan cannot. Sorry, Dan. Not. I know it's dis. I'm not saying it's not. I know. And then let's see how the glow does. And then not particularly an impressive picture. But then probably look at the Connie looks from that. But you know, I'm going to save Voyager for a different day. You save the super chat for tomorrow, but we do appreciate that for sure. And that is not lighting that properly, the Enterprise Z. But yeah, there you go. Bit of fun. Why not? Bit of 3D for you all. So yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. We had a wonderful community today, and you guys have pretty much all stayed. Even though Stuart left, I've been nattering for half an hour. So I appreciate that, because I don't ever do these lives by myself. So thank you. Nice to be appreciated for sure. I do appreciate that, like I said, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Orville discussion, both the fact that there's a season 3 announced and what that might mean, because yay, I've got to think, oh my goodness, Vance, guys, seriously, you have no idea, these super chats, we've had a really good run today, really going to help the channel, and if you do, I don't think we're going to do good tomorrow because it's Orville, but hey, seriously, thanks so much today, really makes a huge difference, and it just shows that more Picard content is going to be so fun to talk about and so supported by you guys. Like, this is why we want to do the channel, support by you. We do so much fun, free, full content. It's just so fun, and boy, Picard shows so much stuff to talk about. But yes, Vance 1982, Commander, what are your opinion on the Deep Space Nine 2 from the novels? What's your opinion on it? It's not as good. I wish I could see it more deep. I mean, I know I can see it, but I know there's good images of it, but I'm not the biggest fan. I'll be honest. But yeah, thanks you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. A lot of fun. And guys, we stumbled upon some breaking news 10 minutes before. How cool is that? So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to do some more 3D as I do. So until next time, guys, and the Captain will be back. I'm Commander Coggins, and there's no Captain Foley. Thanks, everyone, so much. All right. Bye, guys.